guys, welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. So this is week 3 of the reverse diet and everything is going very well. We have made a couple of changes which we will get into, but things have been going well. Physique still in a strong position. Weight starting to creep up a little bit, mainly just water retention and glycogen stores being refilled, but I am happy with progress and where we are right now. So first things first, we are going to make our coffee. Okay, so first things first, as we do every single morning now, is we get up, we have our coffee, and we do our journaling in here. So every morning I get up and write down my tasks for the day, future goals that I'm working on, and also in here we will make sure that we have everything wrote out for our gym sessions. Our weight is recorded for the day. But as it is Wednesday, it is a rest day, so we don't need this. But yeah, that is how we start every morning. Okay, so let me just run you through how our weight has fluctuated over the last week. So most of the week sitting at 62.9 kg, and then a little bit of a jump towards the end of the week due to extra carbs going in, but then as the week goes on, this will start to level out. And this is the current condition as of this morning. So this is the current physique 3 weeks into our reverse diet, and as you can see, still visibly lean, still sitting in a fantastic position, but excited to see how we get on now that the extra carbs are being pushed in. So this week, as I said, we're on 2300 calories, and then hopefully next week be able to push up to 2500 calories, and that should be the maintenance, mostly coming from carbohydrates as well. So it'll be interesting to see where we finish. So as of this morning, sitting at 63.4 in a great position. Physique still fairly lean, happy with that. So the calf issue that we had, okay, so both calves are still not 100%. So in terms of steps, we have left the steps from what we were doing last week, which was 8,000. So we're still doing 8,000 from this week. And we have got ourselves some new runners. So these runners are the ones that caused all the issues. So these, you can see, are well worn out. They're actually a nice runner, but I did wear them every single day, as I said to you, for about 6 months straight. Every single day, doing all my steps, doing the gym, everyday use, just totally worn out, okay? So now we've got new sets of runners. So we bought these here, which are quite nice. Very cushiony, and then we also bought the same ones but in black, and I actually have them on me now, so hopefully they will make a massive difference. We only got them yesterday, so early days yet, but they should make a massive difference, and these have to go in the bin. Now, okay, let me talk about calories. What have we done with calories? Okay, so towards, like, in the middle of last week, towards the end of last week, we started to feel a little bit drained. Our energy was kind of coming down a little bit, and then yes, Sunday we looked at the average for last week. Okay, so let me show you this. Okay, so if we look from what we looked at last week, which was the average weight that we finished at the end of our cut, which was 63.6, and you will remember from last week that we dropped 0.2 of a kg on average, even though we upped the calories. Okay, then we came into the issue with the calves, so we had to leave the calories where they were, bring the steps down from 14,000 right down to 8,000. So we left the calories where they were and just brought the steps down, okay? And as I said to you, my energy started to deplete towards the end of last week. And a perfect example here as to why that was. So last week we finished at 63.4 kg on average. And then just the week just gone, we had a big drop down to 62.91 as an average. So that is a good solid half a kilo drop, right? Which is way too much. That means we are still in too much of a deficit. So what we have done is, as I said, we've kept the steps where they are at 8,000, and we have increased the calories by 200, bringing us from 2,100 to 2,300 calories. All of them calories coming from carbohydrates, which would explain the big jump on the scales we had yesterday of 1.4 kilos. That is all just due to water retention and glycogen stores being refilled. That will level out as the weeks go on, as you're seeing this morning, drop back down to 63.4. So as we continue into the rest of this week, my plan in my head is to, from next week, hopefully be able to go back up to 10,000, 12,000 steps, depending on how the calf is, and up our calories to 2,500. And that for me, I believe, should be around my maintenance. And obviously we have to wait and see how our weight fluctuates, what the data is going to tell us. But I believe that my maintenance is going to be around there. And for me, generally that is going to be the sweet spot, as 2,500 calories is a perfect amount of food for me every single day. I enjoy the meals that I have in them calories. I'm satisfied with them amount of calories. And as it is 15 weeks since I started my cut, I feel like the calories are just been so low for so long. So to see the calories come back up is just, it's so good. And it's only going to continue that way as we creep into the winter and as time goes on, go into a lean bulking phase. But that is down the line. But the calories are starting to come up, which I am excited about. So that is more or less how we are getting on so far. Week 3, halfway done. Then we will go on to week 4. As I said, hopefully bring up the calories to 2,500 and see how our calf is doing to bring the steps back up to 10,000, maybe 12,000, we'll see. So if you want to see how we get on in part 4 next week, make sure you hit subscribe button, hit the like button as well, as it really helps the channel. And by the way, we are still having some cracking weather in Dublin. It's a bit cloudy at the minute, but the last week has just been full sun, no clouds, very warm, maybe mid-20s, and it's just been great. And I think the next week is supposed to be like that as well today. This is meant to all clear up today, another cracking day, so happy days. But as always, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe now, and I'll see you guys next week.